Hey, good morning, good morning. Oh, a little sleepy morning. Woke up late. We were up a little bit late last night. Good morning to you when you come on here. I'll give a moment or so. I think sometimes in the mornings early on Saturday, Facebook is a little groggy. So good morning to you. Hope you had a good night. Hope you had a great week. Welcome. Happy Saturday to you. And I'm going to talk about pain and why it's the most important part of the process. And yesterday was an interesting new experience for me. As you saw, maybe if you watched, if not, I did something different for the very first time. Never done this before. It only took 48 years. Got my first bit of ink. It's on my shoulder right here. It's wrapped up right now. It's got some like Tegaderm and stuff. It'll come off today. I just haven't had a chance to take it off. But yeah, while I was sitting in the chair yesterday, getting ink on my arm for the very first time. And I know you saw it, but I'll show it later. It was painful. I won't lie to you. It was 5 hours of pain, but it wasn't like terrible pain. It was like constant pain. And as I was talking, and the tattoo artist, he's awesome, Scotty Knuckles, hats off to him. He's phenomenal. If you want to know the guy that I used, by all means, I'm going to plug him because he is that good. My wife and I actually found him. She used him. Actually, she got her tattoo first a couple months ago. And this is kind of a work in progress. But I want to talk to you this morning. Good morning to you, by the way. Happy Saturday. When you come on here, let me know you're here. Hey, good morning. Pain. We're going to talk about pain today and why it's the most important part of the process. Now, I'll just briefly talk about the pain that I felt yesterday. And I was thinking about the finished works, because if you've ever gotten a tattoo, what he did was put, like, he needed to know what I wanted, of course, right? When you go to an artist, you got to tell him, hey, what do I want? You don't just say, hey, do whatever you want on there, or wherever you get a tattoo, right? You want to know what you want. So that's okay. You got to know what you want, right? That's the first thing. Then you got to say, what do you like? What does it look like? Show me some ideas of what you're thinking. So you tell him, then you show him, and then he renders up like on like a sketch, and he does that, and then they put an outline, so to speak, right? An outline over the arm to see if you like it before they actually go in. And then they go in. And it was literally spot on. I just want to share with this because it's going to have to do with the pain. It was spot on. First time, boom, right on the arm. He even knew the size. He has 18 years of experience. It was awesome. And that was the easy part. And then five hours sitting in the chair. And I'll tell you what, I've never experienced this before, and it was painful. But then I looked at what happened after. Now, what was really cool is I went in the mirror. He's like, go check that out. What do you think? Make sure, because I was like on the side. He's like, oh, yeah. He's like, oh, go check it out. And I'm like, dude, that's why I hired you, because you're legit, right? Like, it was the style I wanted. And it was awesome. There was a trust there. He even tattooed my wife. Like, he had my wife, if you saw her Tree of Life tattoo, is awesome. The point is, and it was painful for her too. And pain, why it's the most important part of the process. Because while it was hurting, after the pain, here's the key. After the pain, I looked at what happened. I looked and I was like, wow. I just was excited about it. I got excited because there was a reward. I saw the benefit of dealing with a little bit of pain, a little discomfort. Now, mind you, this is as far as a tattoo. Let me ask you this. This is really important. This is a part of what I want to share in this daily dose. If you've ever watched this daily dose, 282 days ago, I decided to start this. And if you enjoy this, you find this valuable, share this with a friend. Share this on your page. I want to talk to and get in front of as many people as possible. That's one of my goals for 2021, not just to get a tattoo. Again, it's not to impress you. I wanted one. Like my wife and I, we've been wanting one for a long time. Actually, it took me about a year to really figure out what I wanted. So the pain. So I think of pain. A lot of you might be going through pain right now, right? Think about that. And I'm not talking tattoo pain. I'm just talking about pain. Maybe the pain of 2020 really was hard, right? The pain of 2020 was really hard. And maybe you were stuck. But maybe you've been working on some really good things, right? To get that portrait. I like to see the portrait of what I saw after the finished product, right? Chances are, if you're watching this, if you've been following me, if you've been encouraged, maybe you've been taking part in a healthier pathway, maybe a new direction in relationships, a new direction in your business, It's painful. Change is painful. Like my arm was not too happy with me because it was getting stuck by needles for 5 hours, right? Like the ink was going in for 5 hours. It was a painful process. But what was exciting, and I say the most important part of it, is because I appreciated the pain. I appreciated the pain that I went through. And there's going to be more, just so you know. That's the first of probably 3 more times in the chair, because we're not even done here. He's got to finish the line, and he's going to go into some other things in a verse, and I might have shared that with you earlier. But here's the thing. The finished product, like the process, going through the process and dealing with pain. Here's what I know for a fact in my world, in people's lives whose health are trying to improve, people that come into my world, my space, people that are overweight, out of shape, unhealthy, let themselves go over the years. It's been painful to some extent, maybe mentally, emotionally, physically painful, or maybe all the above. And it's also painful for change, right? It's painful to make changes. And there's a process. Like it made me think when I was looking up in the mirror, I was thinking when I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. And he was like, hey, take a break, go take a look. This is what we're going to do. He put in the raise the light to the top, and he's checking out. And I saw the process through the pain. I couldn't see the finished product, but I saw the process of what was going to happen. I was like, ooh, this is going to be awesome. And I was really excited about it, despite the pain that I was feeling. And that's what I want for you is, yes, if you're 50 pounds overweight, let me just kind of chime in here because of the mindset, the health fitness coach, your mentor, your bulletproof Christian fitness mentor, it's the process of getting on a better, healthier path is painful. But the process of getting on a better, healthier path, a more fit path, there's rewards. And if you're doing the right things, if you're moving forward, and I'm not talking you got to go do crazy workouts, do some extreme diet. I'm talking like it's just painful to change, right? But it's painful to stay the same as well, right? Isn't that the truth? If you stay the same, one of the things I think that's even more painful to people is staying the same than the pain of change, right? And that's something I know somebody quoted that, I can't remember who. The pain of staying the same is not nearly, or is way worse than the pain of change. And if you're here now, 2021 in January, and last year, 2020, before any pandemics, any lockdowns, any kind of craziness in the world, you wanted to make that change and it didn't happen. And you stayed the same. You're still overweight, you're still unhealthy, you're still out of shape. You got stuck, maybe you tried a diet, a quick fix. Maybe you felt some pain or maybe you even got some good results and then you didn't really make it a habit to be on a healthier path and then you just lost it. And that maybe was even more painful. In fact, I have a lot of people that get stuck doing the same thing over and over again, and they keep failing themselves. They keep feeling like a failure because they keep having some success with weight loss and then losing it. And that's even more painful, making the same mistakes. So my question to you is, it's January, 8th, 9th? I can't remember the day. Are you going to continue to make the same mistakes over and over? Because that's really painful. The problem with that is it's like if I were to sit in the chair and get inked, or I would say, and it was not to use the ink. Think of this in your health walk. Can you imagine what it would have felt like for me if I sat in the chair for 5 hours and felt the pain for 5 hours, and then I went up to the mirror and I didn't see anything? Or think of this, it's kind of like when you're losing weight. Maybe you saw something and it was looking good. You lost 10 pounds. Awesome. You're fired up. And then guess what? And then you went away from the pain of change, true change, not just quick fix. You went away from the change and guess what? And then that tattoo just disappeared. In other words, the finished product just disappeared. In other words, the 10 pounds went right back on your body. I think that's even more painful. I know for a fact that makes it way harder for people when they're trying to lose weight, is having some success and then the tattoo, to the analogy of it going away. Can you imagine? I can't imagine the pain that I went through and I wake up this morning or in a few weeks and that tattoo be gone. That's what's really cool. And I was thinking about this is that it's permanent. Nobody can take this away from me. That's what I loved about something when I was thinking about getting a tattoo. One of the things I love, and I haven't done it, this is the first time, 48 years, and thank you for checking it out, and thank you for liking and whatever, that's cool. And again, it's not to impress you, but the one thing I wanted to chime in on about that is that it's permanent. Nobody can take that away from me. And here's the thing, nobody can take away your ability to make the changes you need. You might feel pain that nobody else has ever experienced before. And again, my pain will feel different than your pain. But I would say is the most important part of the process is the pain. Because here's why, and this is going to chime in, and this is it for today's Daily Dose. Because when you go through the process and there's some pain, you're going to appreciate it. Here's the thing. I think almost everybody in the world, well, maybe not. Maybe you don't like tattoos, but I would say it would be a lot easier to get a tattoo if there was no pain, right? If it was like no needles, they could just maybe like put some permanent ink on you, just kind of like put a little like rub off, like, remember the old temporary tattoos, and just could do that and then it wouldn't hurt. It's like, oh yeah, let's get a tattoo, can wipe it off, no problem. Temporary, right? So, and maybe a lot more people would have tattoos, who knows? But the pain is part of the process. And that's what my little inspiration is. Pain has got to be part of the process. You're going to appreciate it. And when you see the finished product, you're going to be really like, I did that. I worked through that. I got through the pain to experience, if you will, the portrait. Like I have a portrait on my arm. You are your own portrait. How do you want to paint that picture? How do you want to go through the process? I guarantee you, if it's just easy peasy, if life is just easy, if it's just easy to get, to lose weight, which you and I both know, over 40 and 50, it's not easy to lose weight. It's not easy to get in shape. There's a pain through the process. But as long as you're not doing the same thing and making the same pain over and over, and there's no portrait there, there's no result. And I can just assure you that the pain is worth it. The pain is worth it through the process to get that final portrait, if you will. And again, then that's a lifelong portrait when you're talking about your own personal health, right? You can get a vaccine, right? That's cool if you're going to do that. If you're high risk, very cool. If you want to wear a mask to protect yourself, that's cool, whatever, right? But it doesn't mean that you still got to pursue health. You still got to get healthy. If you want to get stronger, like you can eat healthy foods. You're not going to get stronger eating healthy foods. How are you going to get stronger? By doing things that are going to make you stronger. You want to get healthier? You got to do things that are going to make you healthier. Should you protect yourself? Absolutely. You should do that. But you should also realize that there's going to probably be some pain through the process in order to get those results, that portrait that you want. Now, that's my question to you. And here, just so you know, on a side note, as I finish this Daily Dose, I may be transitioning all of these. I'm realizing there's a painful process what's going on in social media and Facebook. And hey, this has been my platform. I love it. I know there's lots of issues and struggles and challenges, but I absolutely love the platform because it's now allowed me to have a business and also be able to run not just through Facebook, but to have access to people like you to be able to connect with. And that's what it's for. Facebook is used not to just share your political ideas and to get frustrated and angry. It's actually to connect with people. That's what I want to use it for, to connect with you, to people who want to connect back with me. That's it. If you're not interested in connecting me, go ahead. You can unfriend me. It's okay. It doesn't bother me. Jimmy Crack Corn, I don't care. But if you're interested in connecting more with me, in fact, what I've done, I have a group. I talked about it yesterday. If you posted yesterday and you wanted in on the group for Christians, men and women over 40, I have a free Facebook group. Somebody asked, is it free? Is it paid? Is it like cost any money? No. I have a group. It's called the Bulletproof Fit Christians Over 40. If you're over 40, if you're like 38, you want to go in, you want to see what all us older 40, over 40-year-olds are doing, fine, you can come in, no worries. But if you're interested, you want to join, and I even had the question, what if you're not Christian, but you're kind of wanting to know what's in on it? That's okay too. There's no judgment there. I'm just saying the focus is going to be, I'm going to be open about my faith. The focus is going to be on moving forward in weight loss and fitness, giving you tips, doing live trainings, doing hot seats, things like that inside the Bulletproof Fit Christians Over 40. So if you notice that there's not so much fitness emphasis in my personal stuff, it's because I'm moving it over to the group. So what I would suggest you do is you can hit me up. You can reach out to me and let me know. All you got to do is just put in, send me a private message. I want in the group. That's it. Just send me a message. Hey, Mark, I want in the group. Quick little message. I'll send you the link so you can join, or you can just search it up in groups. It's open, available. Ask you a couple of questions and you can come on in. And then we'll be doing more fitness tips, advice, sharing wins. People are actually doing amazing. We have a great community. It's growing. We grew over 100, I think, in the last couple of days, last couple of hundred in a few days. And if you want to be amongst some fellow men and women of faith who are all trying to move forward on a healthier path, all going through probably some pain while they're through the process, but some people are really having some amazing results and getting on a great path. If you want help with that, you want to see the portrait, you want to, there's other thing is funny. We were talking about tattoos. I was talking to my guy, to Scotty yesterday, and I was like, and he was talking about how hard it is to actually put it together. And he's an expert. He's 18 years. It's kind of like what people come to me. I have 25 years experience helping people lose weight and get shape. You can go to, it's kind of like the tattoo artist. Do you want to go to the tattoo artist that has no experience, that maybe put ink on a few people in a year? Or do you want to go to somebody that does it day in and day out for 18, has that kind of expertise? No, you want to go to an expert, right? That's why I say, wouldn't it be like a lot easier? Because he said it's really hard. Like there's a lot of detail that goes into what he did, 5 hours, just what he was doing. And what was kind of crazy is like, I said, wouldn't it be just easier to be like a crappy tattoo artist because you could just do it quick and not think about it? You wouldn't be a very reputable tattoo artist, but you could probably just wing it, right? And there's a lot of those out there. Be on the lookout this year. There's a lot of people winging it. There's a lot of trainers, coaches, online gurus, nutrition gurus. There's a lot of guys out there that have the bodies. They look the part. It's because God gave them a natural ability. God gives some people better abilities to look better than others, right? There's some people that focus all on themselves and working out, and that's it. And they have great bodies. It doesn't mean they can coach you to have a better body. So just be careful on that note. Little side note, when you're going into your new year, I want you to avoid as much pain as possible. The right kind of pain is a good thing. Like realizing it's going to take some effort. It's going to take making some changes in your lifestyle. And you can do it the hard way, the pain that doesn't produce the portrait, or you can go into your new year knowing there's going to be pain. There's going to be a process, but then you can have the exact body that you want. You can get in the kind of shape. You can get the arms defined. You can get rid of the belly fat. I've seen it happen. I've helped people make it happen. And I'm talking to like permanent like the tattoo I got. Anyway, take care. Have a beautiful Saturday. I hope this found you well. If you did, send it to a friend, share it. If you want access to the Bulletproof Fit Christians Over 40, you can just search that up in groups. And then you could jump on in, or you can also send me a private message and I'll send you a private link to get in there. Take care. God bless. Happy Saturday to you.